Welcome, this is summaries from the franchise. Lakers Timberwolves last night was opening night for the NBA, and the story was not just Bronny and LeBron playing together, but it was Anthony Davis putting on a masterclass, making a statement. Let me loosen up here. Welcome. So let's talk about basketball. Let's talk about Lakers Timberwolves. Anthony Davis dropping 36, 16, and 4. Anthony Edwards on 27, 6, and 3. Now, again, these two were the biggest stars in the game. Obviously, LeBron only dropped 13. People were paying attention to Bronny. He only played like 3 minutes. Again, these two guys, Anthony Davis and Anthony Edwards, put on a statement. Now, even though Anthony Edwards did not have the best game, I believe he only shot 40.7% from the field, he still went out there, and you could tell by the aggression, the way he was talking, he put on a statement that he wants to win. You could tell by the way he was playing, how aggressive he was playing. Some of the stuff that the Timberwolves are asking for him for, I'm not for sure how I feel about it. Again, you can't expect Anthony Edwards to make this big jump into being a playmaker. We'll get into that soon. Let's talk about the Lakers and what AD did. AD made a statement. So Anthony Davis goes out there, drops 36, and we've been questioning himself. Last year, he proved that he can stay healthy. He proved that he can play 70-plus games, 60-plus games. He proved that. Now he's proving that, hey, I can dominate at this higher level. So the Timberwolves don't have Cat anymore. So Anthony Davis is dealing with Julius Randle. He's being aggressive on defense. He's taking advantage of mismatches. When there's a smaller guy on him, he's not settling for a post fade. He's not settling for a jumper. When Anthony Edwards or even Nas Reed, people who nobody in this game could guard AD in general. But especially when he got a mismatch, he was taking advantage of it, and he was letting them know that he's about business. This is the Anthony Davis that Lakers fans and Laker Nation has been asking for. So now that AD is transitioning, and let's not forget that the Lakers still have a pretty decent young core. Connect, Austin Reeves, Hachimura. These guys are young talent that are going to probably build themselves up in the franchise. So, and then you have Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is still only 31. So he has like 4 or 5 years left of high-level basketball to play, at least. So, of course, not considering injury, God forbid. So you have Anthony Davis doing what he's doing. That's exactly what you want to see if you're Laker Nation. You want to see Anthony Davis be able to go out in the spotlight on opening night when the lights are bright, and you got Bronny and LeBron, big opening night. You want to see Anthony Davis dominate against a team that he should be the most dominant player in. There is no big on that team. There's not a Giannis. There's not a Jokic where he has to get exhausted on the defensive end. Julius Randle, I'm not saying that he's a scrub, but Julius Randle is no Jokic. He's no Giannis. He's no Embiid. He's not even a Wemby. So Anthony Davis isn't going to be using his energy on the defensive end and then be tired when he comes back on offense. That's not going to happen. So we're going out here expecting Anthony Davis to dominate. Now, perhaps it could have been trouble on the offensive end because you have a former DPOY and Rudy Gobert guarding him, Julius Randle. That was not the case. Anthony Davis was giving Rudy Gobert business. Matter of fact, a lot of people were giving Rudy Gobert business. Rui Hachimura, multiple times where he's attacking Rudy Gobert. Many people aren't seeing Rudy Gobert as a defensive threat that he once was, and it begs us to ask the question on why did the Timberwolves break up that core, the duo of Anthony Edwards and Cat. So earlier, I talked about how Anthony Edwards is expected to do a lot. I don't know how the Timberwolves expect Anthony Edwards to go from being a primary scorer who is a decent playmaker, especially when the offensive attention isn't just solely around him and he has Cat to rely on and other shooters, to now people who play the game of basketball, these coaches are going to understand this is a new team, especially in the beginning of a season. They have to get adjusted to each other. You're expecting Anthony Edwards to make this big jump to be a big playmaker, and it's not going to happen. He is very young, and he's a scorer at heart, but I don't see Anthony Edwards making a big jump to be a better playmaker than he was last season. Now, he can be a better playmaker, but just not as big of a jump as I think the Timberwolves are expecting him to make, because there's no way you make this trade without high expectations for Anthony Edwards to be at least a decent above average playmaker. I think he's an average playmaker, but I don't think he's above average. So you're expecting him to make all these difficult jumps and loops. You can see him getting frustrated throughout the game. If I'm the Timberwolves, I'm wondering, how do we make Anthony Edwards happy? And perhaps it just deals with chemistry, them playing more together. But Julius Randle, you got to step up. Now, Julius Randle didn't have a bad game. He scored 16 points on 50% shooting. That's good. It's all right for Julius Randle. LeBron didn't have a good game either, but he played less minutes. Julius Randle was in there for, what was it, 34 minutes? 16 points, 50% from the field, and AD is doing what he's doing? That's ridiculous. So if you're the Timberwolves, you have to find some way to make Anthony Edwards happy and be able to get this chemistry going so y'all can make the same run that y'all did last year. Because the Timberwolves had a successful postseason last year. I just don't know if they're going to repeat that.